Hey everyone, so glad to see you and so glad that you could join me on this one wonderful, wonderful, beautiful, beautiful sunny, sunny day. Yes, sunny, sunny day. I just wanted to stop by for a second, and I guess my cats also wanted you to know that they are present. Yes, they are present, and they're supposed to be nice and behaved. I don't think that's going to happen though, so don't worry. The added addition, the sound effects, I'm not paying this particular talent. They're actually doing this for free. So, as I started to say before, I am NJ Evans, and this is the evening drive home. And I have a holiday special. And the reason for this particular holiday special is because I felt that after all these years, baby boomer, especially you baby boomers that are chefs for the holiday season, especially Thanksgiving, and then, of course, Christmas. I think it's time to retire you as a chef and bring you online as a photographer because half of you do know how to use a camera and you do know how to use your cell phone. And I felt this would be a great moment in time to just go ahead and explore that. And now I am speaking directly to those who have had some challenges with the composition of a photograph and things along those lines. Now, that doesn't mean everybody's had that challenge. I mean, just a few. And I've had experiences with those few who have had that as a challenge. So that's one of the things that I wanted to share with you. Let's talk about if you were going to use your camera this holiday season, which is just a couple of days away, do you have it in your mind, the concept of what you would do? What I'd like to introduce to you this day is just the whole general concept. And I'm going to send a couple of videos your way. They're free, of course. And I'm going to describe to you each one of the elements or the steps that you should consider taking. Baby boomers don't like to be told what to do. Okay, consider taking so that you could have a memorable occasion. Nobody will be bothering you with why did you do it that way? How come you didn't do this? Look at that. And you won't have to become frustrated with the fact that I wanted you to take that particular picture of my granddaughter or my grandson, and you didn't. Why not? Or how come you didn't get the floral arrangements on the table or whatever your idiosyncrasy is. So, as I said a few minutes ago, let's do phase one. Phase one is called composition. You're sitting or standing inside your kitchen right now, and you are noticing that you want to do something. You want to present this as a beautiful effect. So get a pencil and paper. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, what is it exactly that you want to tell as your story concerning this holiday season? This particular event, because you're not the chef on this particular Thursday. You might orchestrate things in the background, but the actual performance has been, let's say, delegated to your oldest child, second oldest child's daughter, somebody along the lines. You're going to get the family involved. This person brings this person does that. But the main course of the meal, which is usually done by you at your location, you're going to have somebody else do that. And it's going to be one of your immediate family members. At least this is just my suggestion. I suggest that so that you'll be free enough to go ahead and create the wonderful pictures, the pictures that you always thought that everybody else should have taken of this particular event. And especially now that everybody's older. All right, let's get back to that. So we're standing in the kitchen, we're doing picture composition. You're going to shoot this like you would shoot a a television show or a film show or a movie. It's going to have a flow. You're going to start with a beginning and you're going to end back at the beginning, but in the middle is where all the excitement will be. And you're using a still camera to do all of this. So the picture composition that we're talking about is, let me see. The center of attention is going to be your table, correct? So in your mind, you envision yourself at the table. Pause. What exactly is going to be your focal point concerning that kitchen table? Are we going to be focusing on the beginning before the food goes out on the table or after the food comes out? Is that going to be your opening shot? You have to have an establisher so people can know where we are and what is the point. All right, so where we will be is in the kitchen, dining room, wherever you decide that you're going to set up and you have your area decorated. Now, I want you to realize while we're talking about this in this moment, there's absolutely nothing there. You're using your imagination, you're using your visualization in order for you to be able to see how you think you might want to put this together. So that is going to be your first thing. You're going to put it together in your mind, all right? And then you're going to put it down on paper. And now the other thing that you're going to work on is you're going to realize that whatever you see is what the camera sees. So if you're panning to the right or panning to the left, meaning turning your head to the right or turning your head to the left, then that's exactly what the camera sees. If you can't see the top of that person's head because it's out of the frame, then that's what everybody else is going to see. And that, my dear ladies and gentlemen, is usually the argument right there. Because there are a lot of people who are semi-photographers, wannabe photographers, and who are actual photographers. They will notice that. And that's just the beginning. All right, what I want you to be is not a professional photographer. I want you to tell the story. And your story is the holiday season. And this is your first season, or second, or third, as a photographer of the event. Okay? So that's one of the things that we're going to begin with. Think about that. Write that down because if you write it down, then you can actually see yourself visualizing what it is that you want your family to see as an end product. The second thing that you're going to do is pay attention to your camera. You have to know when your camera has enough light and doesn't have enough light, and you can tell that from your own eyes. If you walk in the kitchen and it happens to be somewhat of a very winter East Coast day, and you might have that overcast, you might need some additional lighting inside the kitchen or the dining room just to spruce things up. Take that into consideration. You don't always have to do that. Sometimes all you have to do is just pull the curtains back and open up the drapes, and you'll be fine. But it depends on the hour of the day. Take that into consideration. And then who's going to be sitting where and the rest of those things, your final details, which is strictly on you, that's what you're going to look at as well. If you're going to have 10 people at the table, then you have 10 chairs. If you're going to have seven people at the table and yet you have 14 people standing around the sides, okay, so how are we going to do that? You pull all of that together and it'll be expeditious. It'll just happen like boom, boom, boom. Once you can visualize and walk yourself through it in your mind, guess what? It's going to be a breeze when it comes time for you to actually pull it together. Okay. Work with that, and I'll give you another segment to play with in a few minutes. That'll be part two. Okie dokie. All right, see you in a few minutes. I'm NJ Evans, and this is the evening drive home with our special holiday season gift for baby boomers.